Tom Perez is on the line with us. He is the chair of the Democratic National Party, the DNC chairman, former U.S. Secretary of Labor, Democrats.org, of course, the website. You can tweet him at Tom Perez, P-E-R-E-Z. Secretary, welcome back to the program.
It's great to be with you, Tom.
Great to have you, too. So what is this? What is the state of play here? And the rant that I was just doing is back when during those first 2 years when the Democrats controlled the Senate in the first 2 years of President Obama's administration, every time really good legislation came out of the House, passed the House, went to the Senate, and there were more than 50 votes for it in the Senate, but not 60. The Republicans blamed the Democrats for it not passing because they said, well, why don't you guys just do the nuclear option? You know, it's up to you. You can have 50 votes. And McConnell could do that right now. And so what do you think about the Democratic strategy simply saying, hey, you guys, it's on you. If you don't, you know, just do your nuclear option?
Well, it is. I mean, one thing it's important to underscore is this shutdown that just occurred, this Republican shutdown, was unprecedented in our nation's history. Never have we had a situation where one party controlled the House, the Senate, and the White House, and the government shut down until Friday at midnight of last week. And that is remarkable. And the thing about it to me, Tom, is last May, President Trump tweeted shutdown would be a good thing. And, you know, you've heard him say previously when President Obama was in control, you know, when there's a shutdown, that's the president's fault. Well, where was he this weekend? You know, they needed to call out the guard to find him because he was nowhere to be found, and that's not leadership. And you know, you're spot on in what you're saying, which is the Republicans they're holding the cards here, and the reason this shutdown occurred is because they failed to do their basic job. And you know, their own military, their own Secretary of Defense was saying you can't govern 1 week at a time. And that is spot on, and this was so avoidable. And I'm obviously following events as you do, with the Senate taking this vote right now. But I'm confident that we're going to continue to keep fighting for Dreamers. We're going to continue to make sure that any final budget agreement is going to include you know, the necessary things we need to do to protect Dreamers, to protect veterans, to help with the disaster relief from Puerto Rico, Texas, and elsewhere, to help with the pension issues that we need to deal with. This is just chronic incompetence on the Republican side, and this is why I'm proud to be a Democrat, because we had to stand up. They are spot on.
They are, however,
negotiating with Jell-O. That's what it is.
Yeah, and that's a good, you know, trying to nail Jell-O to the wall is a great old metaphor. But they are absolutely playing hardball with this. I received in email, as somebody who, you know, you might have heard me say before I put you on the air early on, I do this every 4 years, is give $5 to basically all of the serious candidates just to get on their list so I can see everything that they're doing. And so at least 4 days a week, I get an email from Donald Trump and his campaign. And I got one yesterday, I believe it was, containing this ad, which is apparently running on television, in which they are blaming, they're basically saying Democrats are willing to shut down government over, quote, illegal immigrants. In other words, they're talking about Dreamers, who technically are here without documentation and therefore here illegally, except they're not here illegally under President Obama's executive order. They won't be illegal until March 5th. But in any case, here's the ad. Listen to this.
The only thing that regret is the school too.
That's illegal immigrant Luis Bracamontes, charged with murdering 2 police officers.
I wish I killed one of those motherfuckers.
It's pure evil. President Trump is right. Build the wall. Deport criminals. Stop illegal immigration now. Democrats who stand in our way will be complicit in every murder committed by illegal immigrants. President Trump will fix our border and keep our families safe.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
You know what I'm talking about here, Tom. And he says, you know, it tells the story of an American citizen who was killed by an undocumented person, and says now all this is going to be on the Democrats' head. How do you respond to that? I mean, they're doing some deceptive but masterful framing here.
Well, let's look at the facts, and I know the facts are irrelevant to the Republicans. Dreamers are serving in our armed forces right now. Dreamers are our first responders. Dreamers are our school teachers. Dreamers are our healthcare professionals right now. Dreamers are every bit as American as my U.S.-born 3 children. They just don't have the piece of paper. And that's why overwhelmingly Republicans, Democrats, Independents, something like 80% of the American people understand that it's an economic imperative and it's a moral imperative to grant citizenship and a pathway to citizenship to Dreamers. That's what this is about. And this is not the first time that this president has demagogued this issue, and it won't be the last time that they've done this. And this government shutdown is about Dreamers, but it's about much more than that. It's about putting our values in action. It's about putting our values in action to help community health clinics. It's about pension issues. It's about disaster relief. It's about so many issues that are critical to communities across this country. And you know, this isn't, the government shutdown isn't the only thing that the government isn't the only thing that Donald Trump's trying to shut down. He's really trying to shut down so many fundamental, basic American values: the value of equal opportunity, the value of inclusion, this assault on basic American values, this assault that is unrelenting. That is why I think it is so important for Democrats to stand up right now. And you know, this was so preventable. I get back to my first point, Tom. This has never happened in American history.
Yeah.
One party controlling the House, the Senate, and the White House, and they try to blame it on someone else. And you know why they shut the government down? Because, frankly, a lot of them just don't believe in government.
Yeah,
and so they're perfectly happy when it's shut down. I believe, as a Democrat, the government can actually do good things for people.
Yeah, it's a real tragedy. Tom, hang on just a